Tugs Audio Productions present Mutiny, written by Ryan and Christopher.
The tugboat, for its size, is the most powerful craft afloat. And the Star Tugs are the power behind the docks and waterways that make up the big city port. This is Tugs. Of all the tugs in Big City Port, none of them carried quite the reputation that Zoran carried. He was very well known throughout the port for being devious, cunning, intelligent, and fiercely determined, qualities which Captain Zero heartily embraced. However, there were times when his ambition would get the better of him, such as the time he and the other Z-Stacks were carrying out an important contract for an associate of Captain Zero. Intent upon getting it done right, Zoran was doing his worn-out engine more harm than good.
Captain Zero's gonna go crazy when he finds out about this, Zoran. You told you to get this checked out. This contract's way too important for it to be fouled up.
Exactly. That's why I didn't get it checked out. Knowing Lucky, he'd be too keen to do a complete strip down and practically overhaul the thing.
What's wrong with that? He should be fit for work.
And leave you lot to coordinate the whole thing? Don't be daft, Zebedee. Captain Zero knows the fleet can't manage without me.
Well done, Zoran. Burned high and dry in the middle of the harbour with a bad flood of timber, spluttering and smoking like nobody's business.
He's looking bad, sir. Maybe it's time he had proper maintenance done before he stops altogether.
Which is exactly what I kept telling him. Bear in mind, Zoran, we have a very vital contract to fill in this month. Your engine problems and stubbornness aren't doing us any favours either, and he's not going to wait much longer. Now either we fill it before the full moon, or he'll cancel our payment. Understand?
Yes, sir. In all fairness, sir, can you really see any of these morons being able to take over from me?
In your current state, Zoran, they're going to have to. If you don't get repaired soon, then you're out anyway.
Right, Zoran. You're in no state.
Fine. I'll go to Lucky's and have the engine looked over. Then maybe we can focus on the contract.
I'll call on Lucky's and get them to work on your repairs. Zebedee, once you've told him there, call the other three together and tell them there's an emergency meeting to discuss the contract.
Yeah, it's all hard, Zero.
Yeah, I should be so lucky.
But Captain Zero had other plans for the ungrateful Zoran, and was curious to see how right his previous statement had been.
Now then, in light of the current circumstances, Zack will take charge of the contract and leadership of the fleet.
Oh, no problem, Captain Zero. You can rely on me. I'll keep up ship on course.
Just remember, Zack, if you screw this one up, I'll make sure you join Zoran in dry dock. This contract's far too important to be mixed up. Understand?
Perfectly, sir. Perfectly. Oh, yes. It's been a long time coming. My chance has finally come.
But in spite of Zack's confidence, Zoran was quietly assured that his fleet would surely flounder without him.
Zero's going to regret this. I just know he will. No one can whip that lot into shape better than I can, and he knows it. They'll just scuttle that contract.
When the overhaul was completed 2 weeks later, Zoran was only too pleased to return to work, and gloated what he assumed would be a disaster waiting for him at the Zero dock.
Right, don't fret. Zoran is back to sort out whatever damage this bunch of idiots has done to the contract, sir. Where do I start?
Everything's gone through according to schedule, Zoran. Early as well, I might add. Thankfully had no engine failures to hold us up. Have we, Zach?
Nah, sir. Everything's been honky-dory.
I was expecting to come back to a fully blown disaster.
No, Zoran. Zach's exemplary leadership and coordination of the contract duties has guided us through your absence. That's why he's in charge now.
What? Yeah. Captain Zero made a few changes while you were gone. He thinks I'm the more capable leader.
Yes, we are voted for him to take over Zoran.
What?
Makes sense to us. We gained a few more contracts under M.A.G.I.C. And we did more than you charged. Yeah, you see.
You creep! You're not suggesting replacing me, are you?
Well, technically, we have, Zoran.
Oh, great. So this is a mutiny? And after all I've done for you miserable lot too?
Huh? Like what, did I ask? Who was it that tried blaming Sunshine with the Duchess, thinking he wasn't seen? Who was it that tried trapping the stars upriver without reckoning Billy's shoe tag and his dynamite? And who was it that tried to nab a transfer that wasn't cleared of quarantine? Face facts, Zoran. Things change. Tugs change. And what this fleet needs is a responsible leader.
Zoran had no choice but to admit defeat. The vote was unanimous. Zack had taken over, a chance he had dreamed of. Zoran felt sorely cheated and furious with both his fleet and Captain Zero.
Just back down, Zoran. We're all answering to Zack now.
This isn't over, Zach. Not by a long shot.
You keep telling yourself that, son. Far as I'm concerned, it is.
From there on in, the atmosphere changed completely for the Z-Stacks. They became more ruthless, organized and devious with Zack leading. Zoran became isolated and dismissive of the rest of his fleet, ashamed at how they had pushed him from his once proud position and reduced him to a depressed and deflated shadow of his former self. It became so bad that even my Star Tugs grew concerned for him.
Everything all right, Zoran?
Never thought I'd find myself inclined to joining up with you lot, but it'd be a much better option than working for Zack.
Quite honestly, I never thought I'd hear him say that. I don't like it, OJ. I've never known Zoran to behave like this. It's like he's a completely different type.
Now you make a fair point, Vincent. Don't worry about these sorts of things now. We have our own work to get on with.
If you ask me, OJ, I reckon we should worry. Ever since Zack's moved in, he's been gaining more work than we have. Perhaps they're not so incompetent after all.
However, Zoran wasn't the only Zero Tug feeling the pressures of working for Zack.
Well, on the plus side, at least Zoran's not yelling at us anymore.
He's just very well and good, Zip. But now we have Zack sitting with us instead. Zoran was never this hard on us.
Yeah, but why didn't you say something then?
Well, I was actually waiting for you to say something.
But I did say something. I said, technically, we have replaced you.
Stupid! I meant to help Zoran, you dunderhead. It's too late, all right. And it's all your fault.
Now get the knife when I...
Oi, if I told you once, I told you 100 times. Stop gossiping. Share your duty. Nah, move it.
Yes, Zack. Sorry, Zack. Sir.
Oh, the nerve of that slime ball. He only thinks he's won. He'd better watch his stern. All I need is the right time to grab him. Just one chance.
Another month passed and things still hadn't changed. That is, of course, until one particular evening when Captain Zero called for another meeting at the Z-Stack dock.
Needless to say, I'm pleased with you all for once. You've all put in some impressive work the past few months. Get on you.
Thank you, sir. And can I say, sir, we've never gotten this far without your guidance and superiority in our well-being. Creep.
Yes, well, thank you, Zack. I'm pleased to see you made an effort at least. And I think I can trust you on another important job tonight.
Oh, of course, sir.
Well, listen up and listen good. Remember that contract we filled in a month ago? So it seems my customer is having a quiet chat with the port authorities about his supplies. So he needs to keep him safe until the matter is straightened. I want you to take his goods from one of his warehouses to the old docks. We've arranged for a ship to meet you there around 11:45 tonight to ship the gear. This is going to be an all-nighter, Tugs, and big bucks if we pull it off. So be aware and stay organized. Understood?
Oh, yes, sir.
Good, good. Remember, this is vital goods, high stakes, so be careful. Now get some shut-eyes. You've got a big night ahead of you.
As you wish, sir. Right, you heard him. To your berths. We've got word to prepare for.
On that command, the Z-Stacks cruised to their docks. However, sleep was the last thing on Zoran's mind. He knew Zero had been in this position before, and with Zack in charge, his mind began formulating a plan. Something he hadn't had the chance to do in weeks and weeks.
Another contract for Zero, is it? Yeah. I wonder if... maybe... Yes! That'll show him. Better keep quiet about it, mind.
At the exact hour, the Z-Stacks quietly set off into the dark night and gathered outside the warehouse, where Zack briefed them on what would need to be done.
Right, listen. Zero told me the ship is waiting across the harbour, near where the old docks used to be. There's cranes waiting to take the crates and load them on board. Once your barges are empty, you beat it. Got it?
Got it, Zack, sir.
Quietly, you twat! Quietly!
Sorry. Got it, Zack, sir. Sir.
Right then, move our end intervals. We'll all have to take different routes so as to throw any witnesses up the scent. It's imperative that no one sees it tonight. Zeb, you're on first, and it's you two, and then Zoran. I'll follow behind with the last event and make sure everything's gone to plan.
In spite of being made to go last, Zoran knew enough dirty tricks to wipe the smoke from Zack's face, and was determined to use them to all his advantage. One by one, the Z-Stacks slipped through the harbour with little difficulty, each moving off at intervals and taking different paths so as not to arouse suspicion. Zoran took a shortcut, and then slipped away to hide and wait for Zack to approach.
Morons? Someone couldn't have pulled off a job like this.
Yeah, Zack, keep telling yourself that. We'll soon see how you handle it when I throw a spanner in the works. Zack, quick! Hide the barge as fast as you can. The Coast Guard spotted Zip and Zebedee slipping through the canal with their barges, and he's beginning to ask questions.
Oh, cobblers. Right, come on, someone. We need to find this thing somewhere. It's out of sight. We've always spotted too. Go back and tell Captain Zero. I'm minding us not until the heat's off.
No problem. He knows as well as we do that we can't risk this stuff getting discovered. And he'll know to blame if something goes wrong.
What do you mean you haven't managed to get it there yet?
Don't worry, sir. I've headed it, sir. We're just waiting it out until such times as we can proceed again with your orders of exchange with another one, so as to throw the authorities on descent, so that there's less chance of it being discovered too.
If the one authority is going to hold them, they'll tuck it right down to us. And if I'm blamed, and I'm holding you personally responsible, Zack. You have 2 hours to get it shifted one way or another. It's up to you not to get caught when doing it. Now get back out there and shift that barge out!
Or else what?
Oh, trust me. You don't want to know.
Right then, Zoran, come on. You can keep watch for me.
Zoran and Zack slipped back out into the harbour. However, by the time they got back to the dock where the barge was supposed to be moored up, it had vanished.
It's gone. Someone's gonna chip the barge.
Evening, lads. Never expected you two to be working tonight.
We're busy, Star. What do you want?
He's bringing me back here to tie up for the night. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, Mighty Mo's been kept a bit busy today. Think you could do with some rest, you know? Seems like OJ shifted the last of the barges to the building site then.
Building site?
Yeah, all the barges were prepared earlier. Only thing is, we didn't have enough time to collect them all. OJ agreed to move them once work had finished.
Which way did he go?
I'm not entirely sure, I never saw him. Most likely he's gone up through the old warehouses. It's the quickest way to the site.
Right then, dummy, come on, after him.
Yeah, what's going on, Zoran? You all right?
No time to explain. All OJ needs to know is he's taken the wrong barge.
The two immediately gave chase, trying to catch up with OJ, but the old tug was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, blimey, what are we gonna do? She will go mad if anyone else was on that barge.
Just remember, Zach, we wouldn't be in this mess if you hadn't gone shifting barges.
Yeah, no, just you.
Just shut up and listen for him. He's got the most distinctive engine sounds in the whole harbour. Right, he's close by. By the look of things, so is that building site. You go one way, I'll go the other. One of us ought to head him off somewhere.
Zack hurried down the chosen inlet, while Zoran sped on and desperately tried to intercept OJ before his unsavory load was discovered, only to find he was nearly too late.
That's odd. Now I'm just an old crane, but none of those others were at the tarpaulins.
Oh, crimes, we're too late. They're gonna open up and we'll be wrong.
Not if I've got anything to do with it, you won't. Oi, OJ, stop!
Zoran, what on earth are you doing here?
There's been a slight mix-up. You've taken the wrong barge. That one's ours.
Whatever do you mean? I've been shifting barges from there since dusk. This one's been waiting to be shifted all day.
Yeah, I got caught away in the middle of that particular barge and must have left it your one by mistake. Sure, there's a cannon for. Boy, were our faces when we put in the wrong one. Hey, Zoran?
Yeah, couldn't quite believe it, really. Whatever would Captain Zero say?
I thought it was odd when they covered the machinery up with the tarpaulins under. I should have realized.
Well, you weren't really to know, OJ. Zach was stupid enough to leave his barge there, so it's his fault, really.
I will just move my barge over there for the cranes to unload it, and I'll let you take this. I apologize once again for the mix-up.
No need to apologise, OJ. I think you might have just done me a favour.
Right, I'll get this lot over to the tramper and escort him out. Come on, Jack.
Oh, don't worry, Zach. I'll tell Captain Zero, all right.
Captain Zero was seemingly relieved and pleased with both Zoran and Zack for the retrieval of the barge. However, the following morning, when the full story came to light, he was less than impressed.
Captain Star was pleased to have his barge return to him safe and sound.
Oh, yes,
This was meant to be a foolproof operation, Zack, and thanks to your ineptitude, the whole thing could have been scuttled. That is, if it wasn't for Zoran's quick thinking and skillful work.
Well, thank you, sir.
It seems that I have misjudged you, Zoran. And it seems you're not the only one.
Sorry, Captain, sir. I won't happen again, sir.
You're too right at once, Jack. If it hadn't been for Zoran, the whole thing would have gone down the tube. You can't expect me to trust you with work as important as this in future, can you?
No, sir, I suppose not.
That's right. Zoran, I'm handing the reins of capable leadership back to you. You proved yourself in a big way last night. Now there's plenty of work to be done.
You heard the captain. Get out there and get cracking.
No place for democracy in this flames.
You better believe it. Now move.
Zoran settled hurriedly out into the harbour, making it plain for all to see that he had regained his position as leader again.
Now, looks like Zoran's been in any aspirations of joining up with the Star Tugs, OJ.
I wouldn't be too short-ended. I get the feeling that we unwittingly joined up with him last night.
How do you mean?
In spite of everything deep down, we were the same old Zoran, and it looks like even Zack wasn't immune from his scheming and plotting.
You mean he wanted you to move that barge?
I'm sure he's grateful in his own way for my efforts. Anyway, everyone, let's get back to work.
It was never said as such, but then again, it didn't have to be. The broad smirk on Zoran's face as he passed by told OJ everything he needed to know. And his actions the night before had made Zack equally sure. There could only ever be one true leader of the Z-Stacks, and it would take a lot more than he had to top them.